aspect of when you should push, when you shouldn't push, like when the fifth guy back in line is pushing, like something bad's probably going to happen. But I mean, at the end of the race, it's the Daytona 500. Like that sucks to say, right? Because I don't want to be on that side. Like the crashing's not okay, and some of the situational stuff that goes on at the end of the race isn't okay. But I don't see it changing, right? Like we're not gonna sit down and be like, all right, guys, don't crash each other. Like I just don't. I would love that to happen, and I totally agree with. I listened to a soundbite, and Denny's like, you got to make it off turn 4. I absolutely agree. Like I pulled up to block the run on the outside. They all got down. I was hung out, and I didn't try to crash them. I just got in the top lane, tried to get a push to get off a turn 4 and get my momentum back going, right? So totally get that, but yeah, that's how they keep playing out, right? So on my side of things, I'm just going to try to maximize what I can do and put myself in the best position I can. I'm not going to try to crash anybody. Kind of go from there.
And Custer said afterwards, I should have waited.
Yeah, he certainly crowded them a lot. But I'm not driving that race car. I don't know what it felt like or what happened. So hard to criticize guys in some of that stuff. And also I didn't really look at it that closely.
Alex, just as a follow-up, what we were talking about at Media Day last week, what was it like to see William Byron shoot his shot with Sabrina Carpenter?
Good for him, man. The baby-faced assassin. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think if he makes that happen, he's just winning at life. So proud of him for sure. I think you should ask him if she's DM'd him back or whatever.
I asked him earlier. He didn't give me a really good answer.
Did he like lock up a little bit?
A little bit. No, he did
a little bit. Okay.
I think he said like we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that means I think that means it's going down in the DMs. So, I mean, who does she? You never know.
Now, is he the baby-faced assassin? That was always Bell's nickname.
That's Bell's nickname?
Yeah.
I've never heard him called.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh. Well, I got nicknames backwards or something. I don't really know.
Well, no, they've called William that.
Okay.
We were talking about Slick Bill last week.
Yeah, Slick Bill Byron. I think Babyface Assassin's cooler.
What's the emotions for you, though? You talked about, not wanting the crashing to be the ultimate outcome of the 500. You survive a big crash on the last lap of the 500, get a top 10, but it doesn't seem like the feeling is all that fantastic over the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just made the wrong move to get up there when I moved up in front of the 19 and the 24. Like, I should have stayed down, and I think Kevin and I kind of thought a caution was coming for the 35 spin. So I got up to try to block that run, and they got back down, and 0 cars went with me, and we went from a shot at winning to trying to claw back, right? So definitely a bummer there, because we were in a way better spot, but at the same time we might have made it to the backstretch and been in the crash. It's hard to say, but yeah, we definitely had a shot at it. We continue to have a shot at Daytona 500s and just need to get the job done.
So when it comes to Atlanta, we're now in year 4 of this configuration. What has surprised you about what it takes to get around this track in a PAG compared to the other 2 speedways?
Yeah, for me, the thing that has surprised me kind of across the board is like the cars just don't drive very well here. Like, even though it's a speedway package race, like it's not like it's been easy wide open really at any point for me. Listen to some guys say how easy wide open it is, and I feel like we've gotten better over the years, but still trying to find some grip. So yeah, it's just different than the other speedways, and I think we can be really good this weekend.
The 2 races here last year had the most speeding penalties.
Yeah.
What is the difficulty level of just getting onto pit road, especially when you have 2 different ways to do it, one under green and one under...
Yeah. I mean, there's like 3 different pit road speeds under green, 3 different pit road... Yeah, basically 3 different pit road speeds under caution, 2 that are separate from the green ones. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. But at the same time, it is like the biggest penalty if you do speed under green. So it's like, you want to get that last 0.2 of a mile an hour so your engineer doesn't yell at you on Monday. But if you go 4 laps down under green, you're going to be really sad about that too. So yeah, just trying to maximize things. But it's a tricky pit road. The straight part of pit road is super bumpy, so it's hard to hold your lights. And then the curved part only has 2 segments, so it's just kind of a bit of a cluster.
Did you see the JGR tablets that they used?
Yeah, that was sick.
So is that something you guys will do?
It's been a conversation for sure. I think it's a lot of innovation on their side of things and really smart. Looks really cool. Yeah, hopefully we do something like that. I think the fuel mileage deal and the shortest amount of time on pit road thing has become increasingly important. So they did a really good job of that for sure.
So you wouldn't do it this weekend, or?
I don't think we have a plan to do it this weekend.
So how much did it shock you to see that, or what you said?
I don't think it was shocking. I thought it was cool. So we got to get our tablets all the way working to do that. I think we got to do it right if we're going to do it right. So yeah, we'll see.
Well, Alex, I know your mind is set in this race, but I come all the way from Mexico City.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what were your first thoughts when you heard about the race in Mexico City? When you found out, what was your reaction?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I've never been out of the country, so going down there, I'm excited to see the culture. A new racetrack is always fun. Kind of everything about it's really exciting for me.
What kind of challenges do you envision going to Mexico City?
I mean, obviously there's a lot of moving parts and pieces, right, with the travel side of things and going to somewhere you've never been before and kind of learning how to get in and out of the racetrack, like where you're going, what's happening. So that, and then learning a new racetrack, trying to be dialed in.
How strange is it?
Yeah.
How strange is it this year to start off the season? You have 2 super speedway style races, then you have a road course, then you go to Phoenix. You don't go to an intermediate track until Vegas. What's it like wading into this season with those style tracks up front?
I mean, it's different, but it's just part of it, right? Like we still work just as hard throughout the week. We're still doing all the same stuff, trying to be as prepared as we can, and kind of feels like business as usual, even though it's just different tracks.
For Atlanta, how much more taxing is it running around here, especially since it's much more condensed?
Yeah, I think it depends on where you're at in the pack, right? Like the fall, we ran up front most of the day, and it's pretty chill. A lot of saving fuel, a lot of part throttle stuff, and then in the spring we crashed early. So that's kind of all I've got to look back at last year. But yeah, it'll depend on what we've got going on.
Thanks.
Yep.
The Vivid EV Anthem is the essence of American spirit. Made with lithium battery technology, this neighborhood electric vehicle features vibrant colors, diamond stitch seats, and seats up to 6. It isn't just made in America, it's made for America.
Trenton Warsham with Frontstretch.com. Come back for more great racing videos. And if you like us, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.